Okay, so CUDA software factoring by grouping, problem number 18. Let's go ahead and look at this one. First off, we're going to be looking at, since it's so big, we want to say, is there a constant that can go into all four terms? And yes, we have a 0, 0, 0, and a 5, so that means at least 5 can go into everything. And what about variables? MN, MNC, MNC, 25, M, N squared Z. So it actually looks like there's an M and an N in each one of our terms. So we are going to take this entire expression and we're going to divide it by 5, and I'm going to take my lowest exponent of M, which is m to the 1, and my lowest exponent of n, which is also n to the 1. And I'm going to divide everything by that quantity. So let's do 5mn, and I'm going to simplify. So 5 goes into 15 3 times, so it should go into that 30 times. If I divide 1m out, that'd leave me that. N would cancel, leaving me a z. Goes into that 4. M would cancel. I'd have one n left and a c. 5 goes into 120 times, so it goes into 24 times. So it should go into this 24 MC. Minus 5, M will cancel, 1 N and a Z would be left. So the only thing I've done so far is divided everything here by my 5 MN. So now let's try to do our grouping. Now the only thing that I notice here is that I have, if I just try to group these, I'd have an MZ and an NC, of which no variable is common. But over here, I do. So I'm actually going to need to rearrange these. So this one has an M, and this one has an M. This one has an N, and this one has an N. So this is one way. Could you also do it off of your Z's and C's? Yeah, but this is how I'm going about it. So just remember, there are a couple different ways that you can arrange them, and they should all still work. So we have 5mn just kind of hangs out over here, and then I'm going to put my double set of parentheses, 30 mz minus 24 mc plus, so that's that one and that one. And then I'm going to do, since I have an mz here, I'm going to do my nz first. Negative 5nz. And that way I keep my NC's in here kind of in the same direction, in the same arrangement, you could say. Double parentheses there. Alright, so now let's start pulling out some more stuff. What can go both into 30 and 24? And that would be a 6. What can go into MZ and MC and M? So I'm left with 5Z minus 4C. Over here, I have a negative here, so I'm going to want to make sure I pull out a negative. At least a -1, since 5 and 4 can't be simplified, but I do have an N and an N, so I'm going to pull out a negative N here. So that gives me 5Z minus 4C. Alright, So I'm going to do my mental check. Is that the same as that? And it is. And that's kind of why I kept my z's in the front and my c's in the back. Again, there's a couple different ways that you could go about this. As long as you are consistent with it, it would be just fine. So 5mn. I'm now going to pull out and factor out my binomial. So I'm going to factor out my binomial. And what am I left with? But 6m minus n. Alright, so that is how you can do it with several variables and at the same time factoring out your greatest common factor. Alright, I hope this helped.